Snoop Dogg left in splits over Deion Sanders' iconic moment, years after unfair comparison triggered him. Back when Justin Bieber was running the charts like Adrian Peterson on a primetime Sunday and the Patriots were still collecting rings like Thanos, the NFL gave us a beef that aged like fine whiskey. It was 2017, a simpler time. No nil bags, no crazy transfer portals, and Tony Romo had just hung up his cleats to start cooking in the booth. But little did he know, he was about to poke the wrong bear. A Hall of Fame one, Deion Sanders. Fast forward to April 30th. Uncle Snoop just brought it all back to life. And boy, he was in splits. The Dogfather himself jumped on IG, posted a clip of the now infamous Romo versus Deion Sanders roast battle, and captioned it with Sanders' punchline. "I don't know the address," rolling on the floor laughing, "Pauperance 21 more reason." And just like that, he turned his followers' timelines into Comedy Central. The video? Vintage. Sanders, chest out, ego louder than a pre-game locker room speaker, clapped back so hard Romo probably felt it in his CBS headset. Let's rewind for the Gen Z crew. During a 2017 Cowboys-Chiefs broadcast, Romo tried to be slick. Marcus Peters missed a tackle, and Romo decided to go full stand-up mode. Peters doesn't want to tackle. He makes Deion Sanders look good at tackling. Now, everybody knows Prime wasn't exactly laying it out there. But come on, Tony. This the man with a gold jacket, not some random DB off a practice squad. But Tony ain't wrong. Tackling was Deion Sanders' kryptonite, just like Ed Reed was Tom Brady's. Deion Sanders wasn't having it. That same night on NFL Network, he lit Romo up like a Christmas tree. "Tony, I tried my best to take the high road, but I don't know the address." And boom, he kept firing. "So I got to come at you, man. 10 years as a starter, you're 2-4 in the playoffs. You ain't won nothing. I tried to bury the hatchet. Both of us work for CBS. I went and shook your hand. I said, 'Tony, you're doing a great job this year.' I thought that would be it. But nevertheless, you keep on shooting at me. Tony, what's going on, man? I got a gold jacket that I didn't buy." Dak says hi. "And buy? Tony, leave me alone, man. I've got a lot of ammunition, man. How many interceptions? 19 in 2012. Come on, man. You threw to everyone but me. Tony, come on, man. You know you never won the big one. You know you never won the big one. So stop. Leave me alone. I tried to take the high road, but I don't know the address." Boy, he roasted the hell out of Tony Romo. It was pure heat. Deion turned that segment into a TED Talk on clapping back with charisma. And that's why Snoop couldn't hold it together. Nearly 8 years later, the roast still hits harder than a Derrick Henry stiff arm. It's not even about who was right or wrong. It's about style. Deion been entertaining since the Jerry Curl days. 2 Super Bowls, 8 All-Pros, and a highlight reel longer than a Scorsese film. Tackling? Nah. But covering your best receiver? Bet that. Prime might not have been a big hitter, but with 53 INTs and 9 return TDs, he ain't have to tackle. His job was to take the ball, and he did it better than anybody. Man was a one-man pick-six factory. Look, Romo tried to keep it cute. Sanders made it personal, theatrical, and unforgettable. Now, years later, seeing Snoop Dogg, a cultural icon in his own right, laughing his curls off at that moment, brings it all full circle. Snoop ain't just posting memes. He's out here curating NFL history for the new generation like it's Sunday service. Cam Newton felt bad for Deion Sanders after Shadur Sanders' diabolical prank call. Meanwhile, just when the Sanders family thought they could coast after the draft, the internet did what it does best, ruin the vibe. During the 2025 NFL Draft, Shadur Sanders, now with the Cleveland Browns, got hit with a prank call so wild it went viral before his name was even trending. Turns out, it was Falcons DC Jeff Ulbrich's son, Jax, using his dad's unlocked iPad to pull off one of the dumbest jokes in recent memory. He impersonated Saints GM Mickey Loomis and hit Shadur with a fake draft call. No lie, Shadur thought New Orleans was talking him. Joke's on him. They wasn't. It was a kid playing with daddy's toys. Man was looking around confused like someone just punked him on the biggest night of his life. Jax eventually dropped an apology on IG, but the damage was done. Cam Newton wasn't having it. On the latest episode of his 4th and 1 podcast, the former MVP aired it out. "It's so disgusting to live in an era now where everyone feels like they have to record everything," Cam said. "I felt so bad for Shadur. I felt so bad for Dion, for the whole family, because it's such a vulnerable moment. And let's be real, Cam knows what that spotlight feels like. Draft day ain't just lights and suits. It's your whole life flashing in real time. Cam Newton was clearly mad not just for the prank, but for what it represented. Someone messing with another man's dream for clout. What good is an apology when someone already got embarrassed? Cam said, "That ain't an oops moment." His co-host, Omari Peggy Collins, doubled down, saying, "He's human at the end of the day. This man worked a whole life for this moment. For you to try to steal that person's joy is not acceptable." It hit hard cause it was true. This wasn't just a harmless prank. It was somebody hijacking a once-in-a-lifetime moment for laughs. And it ain't just Shadur. Other rookies started posting videos showing they got pranked too. NFL's looking more like TikTok high every year. The league clapped back fast. Ulbrich got hit with a $100,000 fine, and the Falcons? $250,000. That's not pocket change. The team released a statement the morning after saying they're working with the organization to participate in community service initiatives. Translation: we messed up. Big time. What's wild is that this prank dragged Dion right back into the drama spotlight he's been trying to dodge since Shadur entered the draft convo. First, Romo clowned him for tackling. Now, his son gets punked on national TV. And in both moments, Dion's name gets dragged whether he likes it or not. So yeah, 2025 brought back some Sanders heat. One part hilarious, thanks Snoop. One part sad, thanks prank call kid. But if history taught us anything, it's this: the Sanders family don't fold. Dion clapped back in 17 like he was still low-key suited up. Don't change the lane if Shadur comes back next season throwing darts with a chip on his shoulder the size of Texas. Deion Sanders CU Buffs score major transfer portal win in Big 12 rivals star to add to recent surge. Transfer portal season is heating up, and Deion Sanders, aka Coach Prime, just made a bold move. Yes, Deion Sanders and Colorado struck gold again. Simply put, one program's loss became another's big-time gain. Well, a highly touted safety from Hamilton, Ohio, flipped the script. Originally committed to Kansas State in the class of 2025, the 6'2" playmaker is now set to take his talents elsewhere. However, as a four-star talent per 247 Sports, he ranked number 218 nationally, number 26 among safeties, and 7th in Ohio. So, a major target, a rising star, and a name to watch closely. Here, Coach Prime isn't just talking, he's making moves. Yes, recently, Deion Sanders made it clear, Colorado needs more firepower in the secondary. "We need more playmakers in the secondary to compete at the highest level," he said. And with that in mind, the Buffaloes hit the portal hard. And now, it looks like a former Kansas State safety is Boulder bound. So, the message is loud and clear: Colorado is building a defense ready to hunt. However, the Kansas State safety making headlines is none other than Noah King. On May 1st, on 3's Hayes Fawcett broke the news. King is headed to Colorado through the transfer portal. And here's the kicker: he's bringing 4 full years of eligibility with him. A massive win for Coach Prime. But after Deion Sanders made it clear that the secondary was a top priority, Colorado wasted no time. They grabbed Auburn transfer Terrence Love first. Now, they've doubled down with King, a talented freshman ready to make waves in Boulder. So, the rebuild in the backfield is real. Remember, Coach Prime didn't hold back after CU's spring game. He laid out the blueprint loud and clear. However, the message? Reload and rebuild. Let's start one tremendous defensive tackle, another linebacker or two safeties, probably 3 cornerbacks, one receiver that's a grown man. That's a do, stated Sanders. Adding a couple running backs, tight end, maybe a guard, offensive tackle, maybe 2 centers. I think we got half of that already. You guys just ain't heard about it. So, it's clear, Deion isn't just building a team. He's crafting a powerhouse, piece by piece. Well, Noah King made his mark in his senior season at Hamilton High, posting 41 tackles, 3.5 TFLs, a sack, and an interception. Now he's gearing up for his collegiate debut with CU when they face Georgia Tech on August 29th. But with Coach Prime still eyeing more recruits before summer's end, the roster is far from final. While it'll be exciting to see how Sanders shapes his offense and defense come fall, one thing's for sure: King's impact will be felt from the jump. But King isn't the only big addition for the Buffs. Deion Sanders made sure to work the spring transfer portal, stacking up talent. And now, it's clear, King's just the latest Big 12 star to fuel Colorado's surge. Deion Sanders' talent stack is growing. Wednesday morning was a game-changer for Deion Sanders and the Buffs. CU made a massive move, landing 3 key transfer commitments. First, they got a boost from former Tennessee stars, OT Larry Johnson III and DB John Slaughter. Then, they added a playmaking RB in Decalen Taylor from Incarnate Word. But the most intriguing fact is that all 3 players made their announcements within an hour of each other, lighting up social media. So, big day, bigger moves, and the Buffs are stacking talent. Well, Slaughter brings solid experience with 23 games at Vols, but he's still fighting for a starting role. Last season, he notched 5 tackles and his first career interception. Meanwhile, Johnson, standing at 6'7" and 348 pounds, is an imposing figure and a major addition for the Buffs. After limited play at Tennessee, he's ready to claim the starting right tackle spot in Boulder. Then there's Taylor, the explosive Texas native with the nickname Trackhawk. After rushing for 909 yards and 9 TDs, plus averaging 6 yards per carry, Taylor is set to make an immediate impact, both on the ground and in the passing game. Out of the 3, Johnson looks like the most likely to secure a starting role, but Taylor shouldn't be overlooked. His explosive playmaking and kick return ability make him a prime candidate to shine in 2025 and possibly challenge RB Micah Welch for the top spot. Simply, together, these 3 additions have propelled CU's transfer class into the top 25 nationally and number 2 in the Big 12 via 247 Sports. Now, with 25 total transfer commits from both the spring and winter periods, Coach Prime's blueprint for the future is coming together.